pay back later when we come back alive. And you are living luxury life. And the world is seeing you. They are looking at your papers. They're like, no, these guys are like, these are mad people, man. Who's going to give them their money? Definitely not us. You know what I mean? They are also heartless too. Here is one more where Obi also met with, I think.
It's a new year and almost hopeless in Nigeria. What is it like, sir?
Well, for me, everybody should have hope. My position now and what my conversation now is about hope. And that hope is that we have to strive hard to build that hope. Everybody have to make sacrifice about our country in order to get it to work. We cannot continue the way we are. We cannot bequeath our children hopelessness, and we cannot bequeath them anarchy.
I agree.
Well, APC will give them all of that. APC will give our children hunger, give our children anarchy, where terrorists are kings. So if you have to go to war with them, you would have to at this point. And even if you don't want to, they will push you to that precipice. I mean, have that in the back of your mind. They are so heartless. See, I saw a video online today, and it is from these criminal politicians. There are two videos. So the first one are those who are like, they've had enough. And they decided to mobilize themselves and then go straight to the government house in Jos over the Plateau genocide. The other one is a video of a group of people who are deliberating on how to share bag of rice given to them by a politician who want to be a governor in Ondo states or more. Well, you will see the sign, but somehow, people will say they have no choice. There's nothing we can do about it now. And may God just help us. God help you. A person can't give you this kind of food. What do you think they're going to do to you when they finally have that power? For example,
èyí láì ó yà mẹ́rin torí mẹ́ẹ̀rúbẹ tí gbé orú ráìsì yìí wá ọ̀nẹ́ ọ̀nà ọ̀bọ̀n fẹ́ díje fún gómìnà lóṣù orú ráìsì yẹn gbé wọ́ọ̀nẹ́ rẹ̀ yìí ebe pa wá àwa jẹun náà yára wa lọ́nù kàmá wá gbé poison wa jẹ torí poison rẹ̀ yìí ni bú o jẹ yìí ìbùkún ló èlé ọ̀pẹ́rẹ́tì ẹ̀ nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ni èlé ọ̀pẹ́rẹ́tì ẹ̀ o.
Offa Danifa, they gave them that rice. You saw the content, Abi. So the guy was like, Abba, you give us this kind of food, rice. You want to be governor, you give us this kind of rice like we don't eat in our own homes. Well, we do eat in our homes. We're not going to eat this. Because if anybody eat this and fall sick, there is no doctor that can perform any operation on them. And it's pretty much like they are looking at their lives like, oh, Moshe, is this what our lives have now become in the hands of these rogues? It is so. Some people pack, man, they will pack expired food in new bags, and they'll put a picture of politicians on it, and they'll go and give them to the poor. Everybody is poor. And if you eat the food and you become sick, there is no hospital you are going to go to. And if they finally find any hospital to take you in, you must walk in with your checkbook. Seriously. Or else, you may love the building. Just take a look at it and move on if you don't have the money. And people are poorer. Look at that. It's like they're just looking for ways to get rid of all of the same poor people that they want to come and rescue. But so much. Anyway, when I saw that, I was like, man, some people brought that. The politician came out. He looked at the rice and he was like, well done, boys. This is the greatest rice I want to feed my people with. Starts bagging them 5 kg. And they started bagging the nonsense. And you could see the environment where they were sharing it as well. Anyway, that was my first impression. Ondo State is oil producing state in Nigeria. Ondo State alone was recorded as one of the states where those who were stealing the crude oil from Nigeria stole over 12 million barrels of crude oil. No, what am I saying? Over 24 million barrels. In fact, they actually put the figure at over $8 billion US. Stolen crude oil from Ondo State is an oil. What I'm trying to say is that it's an oil producing state, okay? And the people there have no reason to be poor. Unfortunately, they are poor. And more and more falling into that, finding it hard to survive, just like everyone else in other parts of Nigeria, like Jos, where people are burying their loved ones while the rest of the country was celebrating Christmas. So you see, when you think it's hard for you, and you look at others, it must be harder for these ones too. God damn it. Imagine everybody preparing for Christmas. Oh, Christmas. Oh, yeah, mommy, you need to go and get all the dresses for the kids. In fact, we need to also get for this, get for that. Or we also need to buy food for this, for that. Like preparing as a family for Christmas. And 2 days after Christmas, you are the only one left in your entire family of about 13. They've killed 12 people of your family. They've killed 6 people. All that kind of thing that will just be like, more. It must be harder for this one, so even if it's kind of hard for me. Have you ever thought of that, by the way? Like, have you ever thought, think like that? Like, feel like, I can't even imagine it. So, well, think about it now. In Jos.
New Central.
Good morning.
Good morning. Danny.
the security will control you. So go with the directive and advice of the security.
We're asking the government to do something about the killings. You've heard a lot about that, but as you are watching this video, the killings haven't stopped though. Eh? You just haven't heard the noise like before because they haven't killed them mass. In Abuja alone, they kidnapped 10 people in Abuja yesterday. And Abuja people are beginning to call on Wike. Alaye, you be minister for Abuja or you be warlord for Rivers. We'll find out as the year progresses. I think I'm going to, just to kind of have enough people to contribute to this set tonight, I'm going to stop here, okay? So I'll take a break, and then when I get back, I will take calls. And that is where you who want to say one or two things as well, that's when you have your own chance. Somebody said, but we are over 2,000 here on YouTube and only 600 people have actually liked. I said, I always have problem with that. I don't know what to do about it anymore. You know, you're going to get like 3,000 comments, 3,500 comments on YouTube. And then you see 800 likes, 2,500 viewing. I mean, I'm like, I don't know what to say again, but somebody said, because majority of those who watch Ismaegu do not possibly have a YouTube account, you know, they just kind of like just search, watch, and gone. But to those of you who have actually subscribed onto the channel, right? And those of you who are just subscribing or just joining, just take a moment. Just once, you will see the blue. Once you like it, it will show the sign that is blue and you don't need to do it again, just once. And when I come back in, I'm going to take calls. Okay, please don't go anywhere. I like that.
Hello,
hello, sir. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting there. But
again, it's a pleasure being the first caller all the time, man.
The first caller tonight again, Papa. How are you?
Yes, good. This CA from Atlanta, man.
CA, you heard me tonight too.
Yeah. Yeah. The last time I called, I forgot. I didn't wish you a happy new year. Happy new year to you and your family, my
Happy New Year to you too.
And thank you for the good job. It's always emotional when you show this just killing. I know. It brings one to tears. See, no matter how it is, we are human beings. Whether the killing is in North or in the South, it was Gowon's people, it's Ojukwu people, it's Awolowo. No, we are human beings. It's sad. What is going on in Nigeria is sad. Look at those kids. I can't get those pictures off my head. Those kids, the back of their dead parents. It's sad. It's sad. But that's the country we are. The guy said they're going to continue from where his predecessors stopped. Buhari.
That's right.
So I guess the killing will continue. 64,000 people under Buhari in 8 years. Now we've started counting for Tinubu.
That's right.
And like I said,
and there's already
by the time Tinubu finishes 4 years
killed under Tinubu alone in 7 months, by the way, just so you
yes, and by the time Tinubu finishes 4 years or 8 years, when you give them the figure of people that died, they'll say arguing with you. Yeah, well, you're exaggerating it. When did this start? And look at this building up. Building up. The same Agbadorians will start arguing with you. It's sad. Look at the kind of people we have. Remember when Jakonde was governor of Lagos? I went to school in Lagos, free books under Jakonde. Latif Jakonde, Palatif Jakonde. May God bless his soul.
Amen.
These are leaders we should talk of. Not somebody say build Lagos. Latif Jakonde proposed a metro line project. Metro line, the 80s. Metro line project underground. Imagine the 80s. And the governor came in and it took them 24 years to construct rail from CMS to Badagry. They stopped at my 2 or whatever. I don't know where they stopped now. I will tell you, he built Lagos, he should be president. I don't know. But the fact is, it's just going to be a matter of time. The youth of Africa are coming up. They are rising. And very soon something is going to happen. And again, can you compare the student leaders of Ghana and those in Nigeria? Look at the national president in Nigeria. I had this interview. Look at that Ghanaian student union leader. Can you see the difference between Ghana and Nigeria? Intellect and being articulate. That tells you a long, the divide between, the good and the bad in this country.
Unfortunate.
It's sad, Mayego. Let me not take too much of your time, but one day things have to change. Like I said, we can't continue like this. We can't continue like this.
Thank you very much. Using the word I have another caller, and if you can hear me, please hang in there for me, brethren. Talking about people changing and then things changing and people rising and the rest of that. As you are witnessing them in Africa and witnessing them, like it is currently going. There is something I'm going to chip in, but let me take this. I don't want to keep him too waiting anyway. So yeah, let's take it. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello, Maego.
Paul, is that you?
Yes, good morning, Maego. And Happy New Year.
Paul. Good evening over here, but good morning to you over there. How are you, Baba?
I'm fine. Happy New Year, Maego.
Happy New Year, Paul.
And regards to the family as well. Thank you for once again giving us another good class, another good one. I pray that you continue to have the strength to do this because we know it is not easy. One of the things about you that I really respect is the level of consistency. And I'm one of the people that I can say I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Well, Maego, what I just wanted to chip in this morning is that those of us typing in the comment section that, why is Africa doing like this? Why are our leaders like this? Look, you don't need to feel bad. You don't need to feel disappointed. Everything that is happening right now is happening the way it should happen. God is not a fool. God is not foolish. Even God, when God wants to do certain things, Maego, he will even use the people we see as being bad. He will use them for us. So the message from Adeboye was right. A wind is blowing.
The wind is blowing.
Yes, a wind is blowing. But he that might have received the message or not, or think he's just speaking from his head, he himself doesn't understand what he was saying. In his head, he's just, like the normal lamba.
Sure you get.
Yes, now.
But it's deeper than
But
that.
that was actually God passing a message to us that understand. A wind is blowing. My ego. I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
God bless you, Paul. I mean, you have possibly left us with more questions than answers, but it's like saying, I won't say more, and you don't have to say more. Thanks a lot there, Paul. I think I got another.
More
Did I get
questions
him?
than
Yes,
answers
indeed.
for. It's like
Hello
saying,
there.
I will say more, and you don't have to. Thanks a lot, sir.
You might need to mute your broadcast. Okay. I'll let the caller. I'll let them try again. Okay. So please, when you are calling in, right? The ideal thing is to have your remote control on your left hand, or maybe your phone on the left hand and your remote control on the right, right? So in case if the call gets picked, you can easily just mute your TV or just walk straight to another room. I'm just saying. So we won't have to be dealing with hello, are you there? And all that stuff. Okay. So here, hello there.
Hello, sir.
The African Wahala.
Yes, sir.
How are you, the prince?
Yes, sir. My
Thanks so
brother
much for
Mayigo.
that
I'm fine, thanks.
super chat. I saw your your hand. I saw them there. So Baba.
Yeah. I was trying to, support the channel with my little change, and at the same time encourage other people. Drop in a super chat. Click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I mean, we all enjoy and gain so much knowledge from this platform. So support, in any way possible.
Thanks a lot.
That's why I did that.
Thank you very much, Prince.
Yes.
You do that all the time anyway, and every time you are mostly appreciated. I mean, online, on screen, and off
I
screen.
appreciate it
You've
too.
always been very, very supportive, a very supportive prof. And I appreciate you, Baba.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Baba. I appreciate you too. Yes. So as far as Betta Edu, I wanted to add to, the way it seems like more often these days, these Nigerian pastors and their businesses are exposed. But we know that no matter how many people are now aware of the fact that most of these pastors are fake, okay? They simply lie to you. They capitalize off the poverty on the land, and they know that the people are hopeless. So they just simply make money off that situation. That's all it is. The more crowds they have in their churches, the more revenue for them. So with Betta Edu showing us clearly that she needed a pastor to fortify her abilities to get into the ministerial position, that shows, to the office. That also shows us that clearly the Nigerian system, it requires you to be connected to the politicians. Then you have to top it up with the fake spiritual side of things. You have to be connected to a big pastor. If you remember what she said in that conversation, she said, I was just waiting and I wanted to see the pastor just to check up on him as usual. You see, you have to be in an elitist group to be able to have access to those types of pastors. Okay, so Betta Edu met all the criteria of the people in the elitist group. And she also proves that it's not a generational thing where the older generation are criminals and the younger ones are not. She's from our own generation. She was born in 1986. So a young girl that was born in 1986 and is a thief has just proven so many things to us. Number one, the criminal religious leaders, not just the politicians now, the criminal religious leaders are working hand in hand to keep us messed up, number one. Number two, the generational arguments that we've had for so long that, people from the older generations are rogues. No, even the people in the younger generations have become rogues as a result of what we've experienced so far in our lives. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. And please, people, support the channel. Click on that like button. That's the minimum. Thank you very much.
God bless you, the Prince. That's my own and our very own, the African Wahala. And thank you so much there, Rodaddy 2000. I appreciate that too. And it seems that, yeah, it's going to be a good night, I told you. And some people are still being generous despite all the January bills, Abby. So I don't really ask. I am very grateful to everyone who really feel cool to be that generous. Same thing goes to Christy. These are regulars. They've always been around, supporting my ego every now and then. Do I have a caller there? Okay. I actually thought I did, but I think I didn't. Now I do. Hello.
Hello, Michael. This is Adiola, your friend.
Baba, I mean, I was just still giving a vote of thanks to my super chatter, so I didn't look at the screens. Adiola, how are you? I saw yesterday you were almost in, but it was so late, so you couldn't make it. I saw your call.
I couldn't make it. I think I had a comment yesterday to put across, But happy birthday to Princess. I hope she had a wonderful day yesterday. So yeah, so straight on to today.
Yes, sir. Go on.
So straight on to today. I think I saw a picture of people gambling, like a gambling picture of people in a gambling house. I think you put that up quite quickly.
But I've always wanted to share a story about it, but I just never had the chance. It's this. I was surprised to see grandma playing betting, and I put it on Facebook. I said, "Are women really playing this gambling?" I did say something about a gambling pandemic in Nigeria, where young people have been sucked in. I mean, it has actually made them more poorer. That's under pandemic that people believe that more. I mean, attention is not being paid to the rates. So that picture of that grandma shook me, and people said, women are playing the gambling like anything these days. Like that's what people are trying to use to survive.
Yeah. People have to understand that there's a strong link with gambling and poverty. There is a strong direct link with gambling and poverty. Even in the UK, if you keep your eyes peeled, when you go to the most deprived parts, where you have the most of the gambling shops around.
That's right.
There's a popular saying that that the foolish man is will soon part with his money. Is a sad reality. They are praised, so they go into the most deprived parts of the world and they set up gambling shops. So if you by any chance go to any deprived parts of Scotland, whatever it might be, just take a tour of how many gambling shops you might find on a particular street. You might have two. You might have two of the same brand on a particular road. You might have two or three, two of the same type or of the same company operating on the same road. So there's a strong link with gambling and poverty. That's how that model works. That model only works when they only set up shop, establish shop in the most deprived parts and where there's poverty. So that's one. So that's how it works. That's their hope. So they sell hope and they just part away with people's money. So there's a strong link with gambling and poverty. So it's a model they use around the globe. And so Nigeria is a prime target. Is a sweet market for gambling. So people, that's why you won't find gambling shops in nice, rich areas of prosperity. You can't find gambling shops there because those people operate on a different level. They are educated. They know how to make money. So they don't need to rely on any odds to actually make money. So there's a difference between. So you can't go to a rich area and find gambling shops. They will say lie. You will reduce the value of those houses because if you put a shop next to a particular household, that shop will either increase the value or reduce the value. So no offense to Lido.
A guy shared a story with me, Adiola, and I think I've shared that story on this platform before, right? The guy said he was advised when he was looking for what business to go into, and he was advised to go into the lotto business. okay, like an agent.
Yeah, of course.
So he now moved into an area, all right, where he opened his shop. And he said within 3 years, he just observed that the young people, including housewife in that area, they all suddenly just became poorer. Hang on, Adiola. He said young people that he met in the area that were looking normal, looking okay, and all that 3 years ago, some of them are now looking haggard and in debt.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I said they are
That's
in
what
debt.
does.
Every time he's sitting in his shop and he's looking at some of them, and he saw them depreciated to that, the entire area. So he decided to just sell off the business. You know something? What people said online, they said, you are a very, very terrible person. So they have been investing for 3 years. Who knows? Maybe the 4th year is when the lotto will pay them. You now close the business. You say you are pitying them. You are a horrible person. That's when I knew that gambling in Nigeria is worse than pandemic. Your point,
Baba, if you look at the richest woman in UK, Google her, you know, she owns a gambling brand. So you know, it's not by chance, and it's not. It is strategic. One of the richest women in the UK owns a gambling chain. So there isn't, there isn't any math to do anymore. You know, gambling has irreparable damage on young people. Even in the UK, if you look at charities that have been set up to address gambling harm that has been caused, to young people. So you have young people. So even now, the government in the UK is trying so hard to reduce gambling by pumping money to educate
those people.
No.
There
is no protection.
Rather, see,
Baba,
is free reign. Are doing adverts, encouraging people to gamble.
Is free reign. Baba is free reign. Is free. You know, there isn't any gambling laws that will curb the excesses. So it's free reign. It's free money. So if you're operating a gambling franchise in Nigeria, you're actually making free money because the laws do. Yeah, because the laws, guarantee that you operate, without any restraint and without curbing your excesses. So, so the poverty would increase. So those are the things that would increase. See, Baba, when you start seeing increase in gambling, it is a direct indicator of increase in poverty. So there's a direct link. So see, Baba, I don't like to predict. There's some things that don't need prediction. So if you see the rise of gambling franchises, it only means one thing: decrease mobility and
productivity,
entrenched poverty. So the outcome is that. But when you look at you're putting labor force into full swing, and you're maximizing your opportunity.
Production, and they have less time to be like
exactly. So look at China. Look at how they put things into production. I think the previous caller mentioned about the rail network. It took them God knows how many years. You don't have welders. You don't wish to build a rail network without the labor force. I did the research before I said to them I won't take up that role of social advisor. I knew exactly the country was in dire strait and they were wasting their time. So if you're a welder in America, 2 years of welding school, your starting salary is nothing less than 70 grand. That's
chance not to pay, like you know what I mean, like you pick up the list.
So if you're in New York, you will say you will go to the fracking site where they frack oil and gas. You go and collect 120 card per year. So that's what don't join you. But Nigeria doesn't understand the fact that you have to build a strong labor force. So if you are constructing real lines that the most expensive in the world, it's because you don't have labor force. So even down to Betta, I even have name for her. You know me, I normally hold myself down. Edu Betta Edu.
Somebody said now
Betta thief.
Another person was like, she said
no, never Betta. Exactly. Betta thief. Betta thief. Betta thief. Because it is even unfathomable that an agency that was meant to cushion the effects of the rubbish they are doing is entangled with misappropriating funds. then how do you intend to lead people out of poverty?
Of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
No,
Amen.
Baba, see, Baba. I mean, I'll keep on telling people that I'm a student of the Bible. Yes. And you have to look at the model that they used in Acts 1 and 2. It is a model to reduce inequality. Even in biblical times, there was inequality. The church came together to contribute money, so there was none lacking amongst them. So the church is meant to remove that poverty by putting money together to reduce the problems caused by the government. That's what the church is meant to be doing. So let us get how the model works. Anyone that's interested in knowing how Acts 1 and 2, how they did it in the Bible, you should go and read those two books. You understand how they mobilize funds to reduce inequality and poverty. So inequality and poverty has been created because of man's greed. That's how you have poverty and inequality, because one person believes he should take everything.
Take everything for himself or herself.
And that's what Nigeria is. See, swerving into Ghana, very quickly on Ghana as well, because I think the current government there is scared that if you have Lumumba, you have Obi, and you have Julius Malema,
they are not coming
and Dr.
Arikana, then they can't.
And Arikana. Because people don't understand that Ghana is a strategic place, was always a strategic place pre-independence of so many African countries. Anyone that is a student of history will understand that a lot of people went there looking for power, looking for a way to liberate black people. Even Americans, black Americans went to Ghana. There were many conferences in Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, they were pushing for independence. That place is a bedrock, is a rallying call. So for them to take it to Ghana, it was strategic. It wasn't any randomized event. No, it's not. It wasn't. It was to stir the waters. It was because any serious black person back in the 60s and 50s went to Ghana, because there were so many events in Ghana. There were so many liberating events of black people in Ghana. That was the stirring pot. So then going to Ghana was a statement. So Baba,
thank you very much.
Besides, I don't use my time.
I know.
God bless you, sir.
We just have to take as many as possible, but you are
so no verse.
My brother, that's a very good one. Talking about gambling addiction, as well as the selfish or the greed of those who are not supposed to be using religion as anything at all, because he doesn't believe they believe in that religion. I have Sir and Elder Akinola, I believe. Is that you?
That's me, General.
Elder Akinola, sir. How are you?
I'm doing very fine. Thank you very much, sir.
Very great hearing from you tonight, sir. Please.
Yeah, it's well, I say I thank you always for what you do to enlighten our mind. You mentioned one thing today which I want Nigerians to actually understand properly. That more than 90% of us are angry about corruption, not because we actually hate corruption. We are fighting against corruption because we are not the ones doing the stealing, most Nigerians. So until we start asking that critical questions of where everything went wrong. I was watching this movie. If some people are interested to watch it, the title is Bigger Than Africa. It's on Netflix. Right. It's about Yoruba race, about how the Europeans destroyed Yoruba race as they were creating all this country across the face of Africa. Some of the problems that we face today in Africa, there's a reason why almost African leadership keep failing, not just in Nigeria, all across Africa. I know that you started with the situation in Ghana, where the idiots that are there are trying to prevent people who want to enlighten the youth from speaking. The same situation we're facing, you can see it started to creep in now in South Africa as well, and many places, Zimbabwe, in Zambia, and just across like that.
Including Kenya too. You are right, sir. Go on.
In 1885, the group of European Turks came together in Berlin and start to draw country and start to say, okay, you will call this place Nigeria, I will call this place Ghana, I will call this place these things. So, and that's where we ended up where we are today. They told you where you're going to belong. You didn't determine the country that you live in today, in essence. they just draw it and say, okay, you England, take that place. You Belgium, take that place. And that's where we are today. And we move around, we defend what this European talk did to us. And that's why our foundation is very, very loose. Now, is there an excuse for us not to now come together and think for ourselves and try to move on for ourselves? We have a bunch of people who actually have tried to be that in the past. I'm not trying to bring Yorubanism here, but I will always refer to it. I remember when Awolowo was contesting in 1979, the British asked him, will you maintain the Queen interest in when you become Nigerian president? And he asked them, do you want Awolowo presidency in another British colony? So anybody that tend to stand up with these people, they will sabotage them and make sure that they collapse politically and all that. Or anybody that's ready to stoop to their foolish, corrupt way, in essence, they will prop them up, and that is the chain of set of people we are seeing become our leader. People like Obasanjo, people like all these rogue, the guy we have, what is his name again? The Mr. Tifnumbu that we have today. So these are the set of people that keeps, and you see also kind of set of people like that across Africa. Initially, it was a direct control. Now they are remote controlling us, telling us this is what you can do, this is not what you're allowed to do, and all that kind of stuff. And that's where we are. You don't have any country. And my word to you tonight, you don't have a country.
That's right.
Until we are ready to have that referendum where we're all determining the future where we want to belong, then this phase of fake country we see all across the face of Africa will continue to repeat itself. So I'm sorry that this division will continue to exist, where they will try to make it to look like it's fight between Yoruba and Igbo or Igbo Hausa and all the same thing that is happening in Nigeria is happening in Kenya. Go and ask them. There are a lot of tribal, forts, people fighting themselves all across. They created it on purpose to continue to make you slaves. And we need to come together and give us ourselves a part of the future. So thank you very much, everybody, tonight. Thank you, General, for what you do for us. Thank you.
God bless you so much for all the support as well, sir. You take it easy, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. So, Olori Charity Adenike Oko, Oshunlaja. Thank you very much for that. I saw your super chat, and well, that's some people said we have to give you a title here. And I'm saying, you don't give Olori a title. Olori means queen. You don't give another title to a queen, so to say, because the wife of a king is the Olori, Ayaba, that kind of a thing, right? And then when you have Olori, there must be a king somewhere, right? And that king tells in the name, doesn't it? So I don't think we need to give Olori any title anymore. We just have to make sure that our current title is more or less like a blessing already. So thank you very much, Joe. I don't know what to say. I have seen people who have given me some generous super chats, and sometimes I just like, come on, people, try just love this guy on YouTube, and YouTube says you could give him support. Supporting my channel means you can use my super chat, you can use my PayPal, you can use any other thing like you think you can. And then you pick out your card. You are watching a YouTube video, man. Yeah? And then you bring out your card and you begin to punch it in like cha 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 cha. And he asks, how much do you want to give a super chat? It's like £50. Really? I think somebody gave me £200 a while back. And oh man, good old days. That was when the super chat started. Okay, it was like people was like, this is so distracting, like all colors and all that. So Olori, thank you. You've always been very, very generous on this platform. So is Clement Ojo. Now, Clement Ojo, I feel like there is a K missing because I spoke about Ghana tonight. Thank you. I've got friends all over Africa too, in case some of you don't know. Like, all of you are from Niger. And indeed, you'll see everyone from every part of Nigeria on Mayegun's Diary Politico. Then, you have no idea that I've got other greater fans who are Africans too. So when I saw Ojo, I was like, is that Kojo? But I was like, no, it's Ojo. I'm just going to leave it at that. So thank you, Clement, for your generosity as well. So now I can take more. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
Well done. I'm good. I'm good. Well done.
Yes,
anyway, I joined. I'm in the middle.
Oh, okay. You didn't start
I'll
with
just
us, Abby.
go back. I didn't start today.
Well, middle is
Yeah.
not that bad because if you join in the middle, it means that I was probably talking about Ghana around that
Yeah.
time, maybe.
Yeah. I saw it. I saw the footage. I saw everything. And anyway, I wanted to ask you. Do you know this Obutu? What's it called? Ranch. Do you know
Obudu Ranch
Cross River?
in Cross River?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah. Cross River.
Obudu Ranch,
Yeah.
Tinapa. Oh, great old days. But well,
Good days.
you want to say something?
Yeah. Just want to say something about it. Like, I don't know if most people know about this place. People need to go and check about this place. Like, go through it, see the marvelous place. See how Nigerians, our government, just like wasting that country away.
Have you seen the video of all of the abandoned place in that Obudu Ranch? Have you seen the video?
I saw
If
everything.
they didn't have all this music to it, I would have brought it here. It is totally shattering and heartbreaking. Seriously.
Honestly, very heartbreaking, so disheartening. Did you see this? The car cable.
I saw all of that. The cable car, I saw all of that abandoned.
Cable
I
car.
saw that.
Yeah, abandoned. Is this not the cable car we use in England? London to cross Thames. To cross Thames in London. There is London.
I'm sorry, I said cable key. I used the cable car around the London Eye when me and my family went to London Eye.
Exactly.
Then
yes.
come on. I remember. Anyway, yeah, go on.
Yeah. This is so serious. The height of that place, I think is about, like they said, is about 900 to 1,500 meters above the sea, the level, Imagine. And the place was, it's covered like 2,400 acres. See, look at that place. I want people to just go and check that place and see what is. And this was done during the time of Donald Duke.
Donald Duke, yeah.
That was, I think, 1999,
to 2007. They are the first set.
7, exactly.
Peter Odili, Donald Duke.
Yes.
There's this other guy in Akwa Ibom then.